The numbers for TCS have come out and they are looking, rather in line with what the street was expecting. Profit for the quarter came in at around 12,502 crore, which is about a 12% surge on a quarter-on-quarter basis. In the last quarter, it stood at around 11,097 crore. Revenue from the operations came in slightly below the expectations. That comes in at 61,237 crore, which is up 1.07% compared to 60,583 crore in the previous quarter. EBIT, which is earnings before interest and tax, that figure jumped by about 7%, in fact over 7%, coming in at 15,918 crore versus 14,829 crore in the December quarter. And margin jumped ahead of what the street was expecting. Street was expecting just a marginal uptick in the EBIT margin, but that comes in at around 26% versus 25% in the previous quarter, so a 100 basis point jump. But Santosh, coming to you on the stock, the numbers are out for TCS. The numbers are pretty much in line with what we are expecting. Next week we'll have Wipro and Infosys and HCL Tech the week after. But between the two IT giants, TCS and Infosys, what do you prefer? I mean, Infosys has been an underperformer over multiple time frames. Compared to not only just TCS but other bellwethers as well. Do you expect that Infosys could perhaps play a catch-up rally, or do you think TCS will continue its outperformance vis-a-vis Infosys, that is?
Yes, if I look at the TCS first, so numbers are mostly in line, or there is no negative or positive surprise. Option data also indicating similar pattern, because if you look at the data between bulls and bears at 4,000 marks, so might be we may see muted reaction on Monday in this counter. But if Infosys is looking interesting, because after a sharp correction, valuable, it is fighting with its 200-day moving average. So let's see if it manages to hold this 200-day moving average around, which is around 1470, 1460 level. Then we can expect a buying. If there is any minor positive surprise from the earning, we can expect a short covering move towards 1600 level. So definitely risk reward is favorable in the Infosys, but yes, it has to hold this 200-day moving average, which is currently around 1470 mark.
All right, and among the bellwethers particularly, I mean, what do you prefer, sir? We have Wipro and HCL Tech as well. Do you expect, because HCL Tech has been one of the stocks which has delivered returns comparable to the mid-cap IT names. It's up closer to 40% or so in the last 1 year. Do you see HCL Tech to continue doing well? And what's your take on Wipro as well? Because, interesting times it's been through. We have seen a change in management once again. Mr. Delaporte has stepped down as a CEO of the company, and the stock was doing fairly well in the last 2-3 months. But again, the underperformance has begun once again for Wipro.
If I look at the technical structure of the both counters, so not very encouraging in both counters, because there is a rounding top of formation in both HCL Tech and Wipro. And today Wipro closed below its 100-day moving average, so there is a risk to fall towards 450, 440 kind of level. So any dip towards 450 kind of level will be a good buying opportunity in Wipro, because I don't think there will be much downside from current level. HCL Tech will be interesting, because what I believe most of the time the technical patterns fail, various technical patterns fails in this counter, and any positive surprise can again lead a positive momentum, because it was one of the counter which was outperforming for last many months. So I believe I prefer HCL Tech to compare to Wipro, because fundamentally and technically as well, most of the time any bearish pattern fails, it again witnesses a sharp move. So I'm expecting buying around 1500 level. Any bounce back from here, we can see upside towards 1670, 1700 kind of level.
All right, and that's the view on the IT pack pretty much on the whole. TCS has, remember, come out with its Q4 results. We'll have Wipro and Infosys that will come out with its numbers next week, also over the weekend. The next weekend we have Persistent, and the week after HCL Tech will report its fourth quarter numbers.